consoles. Before we kind of hop into it, we're going to kind of touch an article that I was going to have as news, but when I decided to make this the big topic, I kind of moved it over to this. Basically, Wargaming's CEO is bringing World of Tanks over to Xbox 360 this summer. The thought behind it, it's going to still keep its free-to-play idea. They actually had to take a lot of effort to get Microsoft to agree to something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which stands to reason because Happy Wars, which is a Microsoft Studios game, is the only other free-to-play game that has been on 360. Now, they do compare that one in here a little bit. It has gotten up to 2 million players to date. I actually am fine with saying I am one of those 2 million. I kind of like Happy Wars. I think a game like World of Tanks is a good idea, though. It does bring in that new free-to-play idea with a different genre. Obviously, anything on the 360 is not going to be free to play per se, because you're still going to have an Xbox Live Gold subscription. Microsoft isn't going to say, yeah, you can do a completely free to play game on our system.
Of course not, because they have to have their money.
Exactly. Obviously, they're not happy about the requirement, but they've kind of got to deal with it. Basically, they're being the innovators for taking free-to-play to the console, which I give them a thumbs up for that. That's a good first step. They're trying to do what Riot's done with League of Legends. They're trying to build an empire out of free-to-play, and I like that. Because the free-to-play platform is a good idea. In all honesty, it's a good idea. While you're not making money off the game itself, you're making money off of people buying perks for the game. With that being said, we'll kind of go into the pros and cons of free-to-play coming over to the console, and I forgot to switch to the article.
Wait, there's an actual article for it?
That was what I was reading off of Brainiac.
Oh, okay, I see.
But, basically, what do you think's some pros to free-to-play coming to consoles? Clock.
Sorry, I'm talking to my mom still.
He's clearly not focused on the show at all.
I'm more focused on those two El Caminos than I am anything else.
My point exactly. And he wonders why we don't give him much responsibility on the show. Anyhow.
El Caminos.
El can wait till after the show's done.
No, it can't.
Yeah, it can. They
You
ain't
say
going
so?
nowhere during the what's going to wind up and being 3 hours for the show.
Sure. You say that now. 2 minutes and they'll be gone. Watch.
If I had a cricket chirping sound right now, I would be doing that. Anyhow, what do you think are pros of free-to-play coming to consoles?
Pros? Definitely the whole buy-in perks stuff. That, I mean, you wouldn't get money off of the actual game. But the way Microsoft is doing it, they are getting money off the people that are paying for Xbox Live to be able to play that. Plus, they're getting money from the perks.
But if you sit
Now,
back and think about Xbox Live, you're not just paying $5 a month to play this game. Anyone that's got a 360 is not just going to be playing World of Tanks. They're going to
you'd
be
be
playing
surprised.
they're going to be playing one of the first-person shooters or something else that they need live for.
You'd be surprised.
Why would they pay for it when you can play World of Tanks on PC free to play, not have to worry about that? Either way, you got to have internet.
Yeah.
Why pay $5 a month to Microsoft for something you don't have to? Anyone that's going to be playing this on a console is already going to have a membership. That $5 a month isn't just going to be because of World of Tanks. They're
Yeah.
going to be playing other games, getting demos, buying other games, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So really, Microsoft isn't making any more than they are. Something though that, like you were saying, that buying perks, that does help out. But even what they were saying down here, okay, they say that for the PC version, the average player spends 3 hours in the game per day. And the global average monthly spending per user is $7. So let's say you have 100,000 people playing the game. And I think that's an extremely low number for this game, actually.
It is.
But let's just say 100,000 players. Each of them are spending $7 a month. That's $700,000 a month.
That's a lot of money.
Even though that game's free to play, they're putting it up once. Everyone's downloading it from there. And they're making all of that money. And like I
Yeah.
said, the number is small. So World of Tanks actually has a lot more players than that.
A lot more.
So you think about that right there, though. Just figuring off of 100,000 players. That's a lot of money for World of Tanks. That's a lot of money that's going to be coming through Microsoft. Because you think that 700,000, Wargaming might have to pay Microsoft maybe 200,000 of that. And they might have
But
another 200,000 set up in paying their devs. So then you
but
still
when
got
they
all of
hear
that you can take and implement into more stuff. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can get your devs working on new whatevers as far as perks go, to try to get more money out of everyone.
Yeah.
It's that spend a lot, make a lot more. That's why the free-to-play system works so good. Honestly speaking, you look, if Microsoft keeps going with this, not only are they making the $5 a month off of each person playing the game, because you've got to have live to play it, but you're also making profit off of the stuff they're making.
Yeah.
Every buck they're making, Microsoft's making so much off of it. So when it comes down to it, that's one of those, wow, this free-to-play system can go up there. Now, okay, yeah, that's the pro side of it. But what about cons? Like,
Cons?
yes.
Well, before I get into cons, about what you were saying about free-to-play and anything, Microsoft hears free, and they start freaking out.
That's why it took
That's
them so
their big
long to
problem.
get them convinced.
Yep. They hear the word free, and they're grabbing their pitchforks and torches.
Well, not that. They're kind of on the edge of their seat, like, what do you mean by free? We want money. But, okay,
Like
look,
I said, they're grabbing their pitchforks and torches and starting to chase the free people off.
but, okay, in the same sense, look at the cons to all this stuff. One, they're not making any money off the game itself. So that means the main devs behind the game itself, they're really not making anything off of what they're doing. However, you've got to look at all the other devs making the stuff that people are buying, because that's where all the money's actually coming from.
Yeah.
With that being said, you're also looking at cheaper made games. Not necessarily cheap games, just cheaper made. Especially for first versions. Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. Look at Minecraft and how far it's came. Do you honestly think that when it got started, anyone thought that it would get anywhere like it is today? And I mean, yeah, that's not a free-to-play, but you got to look at it. When it first came out, it was made cheaper. League of Legends. Same concept with it. Right? It didn't come out with $1 million idea right off the bat. They had to build into it. And that's because they wanted to go free-to-play, so they knew that they had to get off as cheap as they could with the engine for the game itself.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, the more money the company makes, the more they can invest in it and make it better.
Yeah.
But you've got to kind of look at that. First versions of a free-to-play game are usually bare minimum. There's not a lot of wow in it. So,
Yeah.
coming to consoles as a free-to-play game, you're competing with these titles that people are seeing the wow in. You're competing with Halo, with Call of Duty, with Battlefield, all these big names that when people look at a trailer for it, it's like, whoa. And then you're seeing a game like World of Tanks where its first version might be rudimentary.
Yeah, that's sure.
That free-to-play factor, if the game principle's good, can build a game. If it's not, it can break a game. uh, that's really the big thing right there. It's the make or break point.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see where this can go and to see how many others are going to follow suit with it. Because I'm sure you've noticed, Happy Wars has gotten way above where it was originally planned for. People like that game beyond belief.
Yeah.
I could see something like World of Tanks. I could see that come in, do good, be successful.
Yeah, I can see it too.
I could see later down the line games like DCUO and Marvel Heroes seeing the success World of Tanks is doing and possibly jumping in with it. Civ Online, Age of Empires Online, I could see stuff like that coming into play. This right here could be the big make or break for all free to play on consoles.
Yeah.
World of Tanks literally could be the League of Legends for consoles. And I could see that happening.
I could too.
You are not very talkative, and this is kind of damaging the big topic right here.
I'm sorry. Um, my thing is, I've played World of Tanks. It's fun. But, I mean... just like Minecraft, after you play it for so long, you just start to get bored with it.
But that's
And just...
any game, though.
yeah, that's any game. But, I mean... how are they going to keep World of Tanks going?
In all honesty, and we saw this before with Team Fortress 2, I think their biggest problem isn't going to come from it being free to play. It's going to come from them not being able to freely patch the game like it needs.
Yeah.
You think about it. League of Legends, it's got a patch every week.
Yeah?
Some weeks it's got 2, even.
It's annoying, but yeah.
A game like World of Tanks, coming from a PC standpoint, needs constant updating. Even if it's once every other week or even once a month, it needs constant updating, and I don't think Microsoft's going to let them do that. I could be wrong. They might see how big it can go and say run with it.
Yeah.
But I know with Team Fortress 2, it wasn't getting the updates it needed on the console, and that's what killed it.
And I wouldn't doubt that.
I can see this happening again.
Let's just hope it don't.
And see, there again, that's another issue with the whole free-to-play coming to consoles. When you can't patch like you need to for a free-to-play game, that puts a little fork in the road there. You look, Minecraft on Microsoft is probably the most updated thing, and it's not getting updated that much.
Yeah.
I think I'm wanting to say Xbox version is like back at 1.2 or something like that. As far as in
Wouldn't doubt it.
comparison.
I wouldn't doubt it.
It might be farther than that, but I don't think it's all that much farther. I know it's not up to date. And it's got to partly come because of Microsoft not wanting them to put out patches every time they can do something.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the biggest hurdle for them, as well as any other free-to-plays that are thinking about going console-wise. But nothing's impossible.
Yeah, nothing is impossible.
I guess since you're being so anti-talkative right now, anything else to kind of say about the big topic?
Not really, no.
Kind of
I'm
figured
sorry,
you'd say
man.
that.
I'm tired. My allergies are messing with me.
You're an allergy.
That makes no sense.
Life makes no sense.
When you do that, you remind me so much of somebody that I dislike right now.
Anyway, with that being said, that'll bring us into our releases. Now to see how good I can do this.
You're probably gonna fail horribly.
Anyhow, for our first release, we have new Super Luigi U on the 25th for the Wii U. It's a Luigi game. What can you say? Right?
I don't see where you are.
That was at the bottom of the first page. We would have done covered everything else down to there.
Duh. I skipped to the week of 25, I'm sorry.
Now we're
Week
on
of
the week
August
of 25th.
What?
Now we're on the week of the 25th.
Oh, we are on the week of the 25th? Okay, we can
Now,
stay in it. Okay.
anyway, got a little smorgasbord coming up on the 27th, it looks like. We have Castlevania Lords of Shadow Ultimate Edition for the PC. Final Fantasy XIV A Realm Reborn for the PC and the PS3 apparently. And the Collector's Edition for the PC. Jeez. We have Hatsune Miku, and I probably butchered that, but oh well. Project Diva F for the PS3. Killer is Dead for PS3 and 360.
What is that? I've heard a couple stories about that. What is this Killer is Dead thing?
I have no idea, honestly.
Have you heard the stories about it too?
No.
There have been a couple stories going around the internet, the gaming internet, and...
The gaming internet, is that different than the internet?
Yes, the gaming internet is completely different.
I'm sorry. You said I've heard a couple of stories around the internet, the gaming internet, and it's like, wait, there's two different internets? Since when has this happened?
Oh, don't worry, it'll happen sometime soon. Anyway, I'm gonna find this out. Killer is dead. What the
Anyway,
freak is
while
that? Hold
he's
up, I'm
looking
gonna
up
find it.
Killer is
I'm gonna
Dead.
find out. Here it is. Here it is. I found it.
Okay.
Killer is Dead takes place in the near future, including such technology as lunar tourism and cybernetic enhancements. The main character is an executive named Mondo Zappa, who receives jobs from the Brian Executive Firm. This firm, run by a cyborg named Brian Roses, tasks Mondo with killing dangerous criminals and assassins from around the world. Mondo wields a sword with his right hand, but his cybernetic left arm can be converted into many different weapons, including guns, drills, and other objects. Although Mondo travels the world as part of the game, Duda calls it a personal story of a man who doesn't show himself much in the public world, but still worms his way into society and mercilessly eliminates the evil dispersed in it. Love and execution, and how far can you protect someone, are also central themes of the story. This actually seems kind of interesting.
Well, it's coming out the 27th for the PS3 and 360, so you can find out.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. On the 27th, we also have Lost Planet 3 for the PC, 360, and PS3. Madden NFL 25 for the PS3 and 360, and Sweet Fuse at Your Side for the PSP. On the 29th, we have Guardians of Middle Earth, SimCity, whoops, I skipped that part of it. Guardians of Middle Earth is for PC. We have SimCity Digital Deluxe Edition for Mac and Hybrid PC Mac.
Hold up. You mean SimCity is still trying?
Yeah.
Even after all that crap and how badly they screwed up, they're still trying?
Yeah.
Why don't they just give up on that title?
EA. When has EA ever gave up on anything?
Okay, you got me there. Okay, all right. You got me.
And to wrap up the releases for the 29th, that we have The Lord of the Rings, War in the North for the Mac.
You don't have to put so much emphasis on the. You could just say
I
Lord
can
of the
say
Rings.
it how I want to.
Well, I mean, the way you said it, you said the Lord of the Rings, and I'm just like,
Yes, I said The
you could
Lord
have
of the
just said
Rings.
Lord of the Rings. Everyone would know what you're talking about.
I
Lord of
said
the Rings is
The
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. Shut up.
Well, you're not going to say war in the North, are you?
I might say the, however I want to say the. Keep on. There's a couple of these in this one. You want me to do it?
Hang on, I can't get to the next week for some reason. Hold up.
Good one, Glock.
Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up.
We have some
Hold up.
pretty good days as far as these are going. There's a lot of them coming out on certain days, which is a lot better than what we normally do. For the 3rd of September, we have Diablo 3 on the 360 and PS3.
That's the 2nd, not the 3rd.
Diablo I. That's 3.
Yes, you said for September 3rd. It's September 2nd.
I didn't
release
realize
date.
the 2nd was for the 360 and the 3rd apparently is for the PS3. Now that you say that, yeah, I see that. I don't even know why they're coming out on different days. I don't even want to
Probably
know.
some giant. It's probably some type of
Glitch.
governmental conspiracy going through the gaming industry so
Or
that people can.
probably a glitch seeing as how the 2 and the 3 are side by side.
I guess that could be it, but it's most likely a governmental conspiracy just
If
trying to get into our heads so that we can do whatever they want and they won't have to worry about anything.
if this was the other site we were on, for all we would have knew, it might have said that it was coming out on the Vita. I mean,
I wouldn't doubt that.
the Wii U came out on the Vita.
Yeah,
That
yeah. Oh god.
was a screw up big time there. That was hilarious. Also for the 3rd, we've got Arcania, the complete tale.
Really, you gotta go there. Urgh.
Hey, you shouldn't have made fun of it.
I bet you won't be able to say this name right.
The name of that one right there, I'm not even going to try to butcher that one.
Atelier Meruru Plus, The Apprentice of Arland.
What he said is coming out on the 3rd also, for the Vita. Even though it's the PS3 box art.
Speaking of the Vita,
I think we have that many problems in this. It's just the box art that's screwed up. Anyhow, for the 3rd, we also have Farming Simulator on the PSN. Should I even say what console? I mean, really?
the Farming Simulator?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. For the PS3 on the PSN.
Oh yes, because I would love to make my own farm. I would love
Well,
to. That
you
would be
can't get...
such an amazing game.
Well, you can't get Farmville on your PlayStation, so you might as well get something close to it.
I hate that game. I hate that game with a passion.
On the PS3 and the Vita, because it's on the PSN, we have Kickbeat on the 3rd.
Kickbeat, what's that?
I have no idea. If I had to guess, some kind of a dancing game or something.
Watch it be nothing about that.
I'm assuming it has something to do with kicking and music.
Kickbeat. Kickbeat. Zen Studios.
That tells me nothing.
Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Kickbeat. Wikipedia does not have an article with this exact name. Well.
That's what you get for using Wiki for everything.
Okay, fine. I'll use IGN. Shut the heck up.
That would be smarter, seeing as how IGN
Kickbeat
actually
offers
deals with
players
games.
several innovative ways to interact with music. The game combines beat-matching mechanics with an acrobatic style of martial arts, turning every song into a raucous battle. The game also features a music analyzer that allows players to create new tracks from their own music libraries.
So, in a sense, like that Flash game Tube Hero. Only with some people fighting in the background. Anyway,
Apparently it's a Vita game though. So
and PS3, according to this. According to this. I'm not going to say it is, but according to what I'm seeing here, it is.
what the heck? What is with the games nowadays?
I don't know. It's a PSN title. What do you expect? Anyhow, to wrap up the September 3rd releases, we have LEGO Legends of Chima Laval's Journey for the DS, One Piece Pirate Warriors 2 on the PSN for the PS3,
And Rayman Legends!
for the Vita, PS3, 360, and PC.
And then Total War Rome 2, apparently.
Oh yeah, for the PC. Which
Wait a
brings us
second, do you see what I
into
see?
which brings us into the releases for September 4th. Hey Glock, there's Farming Simulator again
Ugh!
on the Xbox Marketplace.
Go away! I'm
Which
so
by
sick
this
of
point I
hearing
don't
about
need to say
farming.
the console because it didn't say it on the Xbox Marketplace. uh,
Do you really have to say anything about the console?
like I said, by that point I don't have to say the console. Because Microsoft hasn't figured out that they could possibly hop into the handheld stuff too yet.
What would they come up with? What would their... We need to make a big topic discussion on what Microsoft could do to make a handheld.
Not make one. End of discussion. As
But I
bad as
mean,
they're screwing up the
seriously.
Xbox One, I'm almost convinced they don't need to make another console, period.
But I mean, seriously. What would they make? What would
Getting
they
off
make?
topic.
Come on, just finish my question.
You're getting
What
off
would they
topic.
make? What would they make? What would it
Anyhow,
look like?
September
What would it...
4th for the PC, we've got Outlast.
What is Outlast?
I think I know, but I don't know. It's one of
I'm
those
gonna
I think
I'm
I've
gonna
heard it,
IG
but I
in it.
don't know.
I'm gonna IG in it.
Better than Wiki in it.
Like I said, I'm
and
gonna
while
IG in it.
he's and while he's trying to find out some more about Outlast, we also have Star Wars Force Collection on the iPhone and iOS. Couldn't they've just said iOS and covered the iPhone though?
Uh,
I just thought
ugh.
about that, but we've got that coming out on September 4th as well.
Okay, this is gonna be a creepy, apparently scary game. Okay, in the remote mountains of Colorado, horrors wait inside Mount Massive Asylum. What the freak kind of a mountain would be called Massive? Never mind. A
Mount
long
Massive
abandoned,
Asylum.
a long abandoned home for the mentally ill, recently reopened by the Research and Charity branch of the transnational Murkoff. The freak kind of a name is that? Murkoff Corporation has been operating in strict secrecy until now. Acting on a tip from an inside source, independent journalist Miles Upshur. Why do you always have to play the freaking guy that has nothing to do with any of the situation? Anyway.
Because it wouldn't be as fun if you played as the guy that had something to do with the situation.
Yes, it would. It would be so satisfactory to watch yourself die. Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry.
Heroes never die.
Exactly. Anyway.
Chief will live
Upshur.
forever. Sorry, I figured that'd be said.
No. Anyway. Upshur breaks into the facility and what he discovers walks a terrifying line, being science and religion, nature and something else entirely. Once inside, his only hope of escape lies with the terrible truth at the heart of Mount Massive. And looking at these photos, holy Jesus, these people have been turned into some kind of monster.
Well, with that out of the way, and now that we know a little more about Outlast,
Yay, I taught people something.
Time to move into our quick draws. And
Quick draws?
yes.
What's a quick draw?
Quit being an idiot.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And to start out with mine, and yes, I did do a double one, but it's fine since Peace ain't here.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about this one.
First up, Amazon is to release Android console.
Yes, a home console.
I'm sorry. This sounds awesome. And apparently, this has completely slid under most of the radar for E3 and all of that because it's planned for the release by the end of the year.
Most likely Black Friday.
I could see that. I really could. Honestly speaking, an Android-based console would be a huge idea. Because if you sit back and think about it, Amazon's already got in pretty good with the Android system. Look at the Kindles. They're Android-based. Amazon's got the name behind them, too. If you want to go buy something online, you're either going to go to Amazon or eBay.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm behind this 110%. I kind of hope to see something out of that. The main reason I say that is because I think Amazon could possibly do something with that. At the least, if they did it right, you could get Android apps and technically emulate any console that has been made. So
Yeah?
that's a thought too. Basically, that one's just kind of a shout out there. There's not really much else on this article that I'm really gonna touch. I just saw that and I thought, that is awesome. I like that. My other part of my quick draw, Windows 8.1, because 8 could never have been a worse idea. Apparently, middle of October, there will be a free update to 8, from what I understand.
It says nothing about the start menu.
Yeah.
Oh. Will also feature a start button, but not a start menu.
Now, this is where the problem comes into play here. Okay. Everyone was getting ticked off about the tiles because they could no longer have their start menu. It wasn't the start button that they were wanting, it was the start menu. The only way you can get to listing all of your apps is if you go into search. That's the only way, unless you specifically make tiles for everything. And that just gets cluttered over time. The other stuff they've got in there, okay, IE 11. Okay, wow, they came out with another IE. That's probably going to be just as bad as the previous ones. Bing powered search, which Bing's overrated. Built-in apps, whoa. Didn't they already have that to begin with?
I think it was just updates to built-in apps.
Cloud connectivity through SkyDrive. Okay, wait a minute. I thought they can't call it SkyDrive anymore. But it's like, and they're replacing the Windows 8 messaging app with Skype. So they're doing the same thing they're doing with Xbox Live. Tear up the messaging system and throw Skype in its place.
Yeah.
It's stuff like this why I don't get behind 8. You want to make something that you think is better, and then you don't want to give anyone the option to go back old school. I like my start menu. I like the tiles, don't get me wrong. I would like a happy medium between the two, though. You can have the start menu and the tiles. That's physically possible. Do that. Not one or the other. It's like,
They were probably like, start menu, start tiles, start menu, start tiles. Well, if we try to do a happy medium, there's going to be people taking sides, and then we're going to have a giant fight on our hands.
Yeah.
Basically being stupid.
Yep. But anyway, that's mine. What about you?
Mine, you actually gave to me. I was.
Only because it was something I figured you would hit.
Why? Grand Theft Auto 5 lets players smoke pot.
Yeah.
Why the freak is this so important? Why are drugs now becoming a big part of these stupid games? Yes, I just called Grand Theft Auto 5 stupid. Say what you will, it's Grand Theft Auto 4 remade.
But you can smoke pot in this one.
So they gave you an add-on.
But you can fly and drive boats.
It's a sandbox game. There's plenty of those on the PC.
But this is on console. And possibly PC.
So is Halo. Halo can technically be considered a sandbox game. A futuristic sandbox game at that.
Which Halo?
3 and Reach.
And 4.
I haven't played 4, so I wouldn't know. And I'm not touching
And
that piece of crap.
technically PC2 and Halo CE.
Yeah. Anyway. Earlier this year, a trailer for Grand Theft Auto 5 gave the public a glimpse at an odd vending machine that apparently allowed players to buy marijuana. At first, people thought it was a bit of a goof, but it turns out that pot smoking is in Grand Theft Auto 5, alongside the usual amounts of violence, criminal activity, sexual content, and other drug use. The confirmation comes from an official summary on the game's content from the ESRB. According to the entry, the game contains implied fellatio and masturbation, various sex acts with a prostitute, sexual moaning sounds, nudity, a topless lap dance in a strip bar or strip club, and exposed male genitalia in a non-sexual situation, sexual and mature humor, a scene involving raw sewage and feces on a person, a brief instance of necrophilia, drug use. Drug use. Smoking from a bong, lighting a marijuana joint, using cocaine, alcohol consumption, and drive while under the influence, and use of the words, yeah, those words, in some of the dialogue. Earlier this month, Grand Theft Auto 5 picked up an R18 Plus in Australia, while State of Decay and Saints Row 4 have run into rating problems due to depictions of drug use. Grand Theft Auto 5 seems to award no perks or buffs for smoking dope or drinking booze, and as such managed to secure its rating. Grand Theft Auto 5 for Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 will be released on September 17th. The online companion game, Grand blah blah blah, October 1st. I don't care. Here's my problem with this. I'm pretty sure in Saints Row 4, you're not going to be smoking dope. You're not going to be having sex. And depending on if you modded your game, you're not going to be seeing male genitalia or nudity. So why has Saints Row 4 run into rating problems and Grand Theft Auto 5 passed with an R18 plus? Explain to me that. Explain to me the reason for that.
Just that lucky.
I think they bribed somebody. I think they bribed. Freaking idiots. God, I hate Grand Theft Auto.
Well then.
Saints Row 4 is so much better. Grand Theft Auto sucks. Saints Row 3 is probably better than Grand Theft Auto 5.
You're just mad at Grand Theft Auto 5.
It's stupid! It is a remake of Grand Theft Auto 4. That's all it is. Yes, Saints Row 4 can be considered a remake of Saints Row the 3rd. But you know what? You can get a heck of a lot more laughs out of Saints Row 4. You can have a whole lot more fun in Saints Row 4. And you don't have to worry as well, I would hope. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut about the whole parenting thing. Anyway, overall, Saints Row 4 is more fun. You can goof off, you can screw around, you can do anything you really want. While in Grand Theft Auto 5, you're a criminal running around this fake world, Well, I can't say anything because Saints Row 4 is a fake world. I guess I'm kind of still attached to Watch Dogs. Anyway, running around this world and doing whatever you want to, shooting people in the face, stealing cars. Yeah, that's great. Saints Row 4, you can kill people with dubstep. Screw you, Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm done.
I was wondering.
Haven't said my piece yet, but I'm done. Because I don't want this to go on for too long.
Well,
And you know I can make that go on forever.
yeah, true. Well, you got anything else to add before we go?
Yes. Grand Theft Auto sucks!
Anything we don't already know that you will say?
I'm getting an El Camino.
Anything that we didn't already figure out when we were doing the big topic? I'm assuming
Let me
that's a
think, let me
no.
think. There was something that I wanted to say, but forget it. Hang on. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Uh, do you have any idea what happened to the whole Crackdown 3 thing?
No.
There were a bunch of rumors going around that Crackdown 3 was in the making.
Huh.
I mean, a bunch of rumors going around that Crackdown 3 is in the making right now.
I could see it.
Me too, it's just that, I mean, other than rumors, I've heard nothing. Nothing at all.
It might
Alright, well,
be one of those that kind of just died out there.
that's possible. Just like Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flags. Thanks, butthole! Talking to the guy that told everyone that he thought that he found the freaking stupid retard. Needs to mind his own freaking business! Not his business, so he needs to stay out of it. Yes, I said business. Shut up.
Oh Lord, he said business.
Oh, shut up.
This shit be real.
Oh, God. Oh,
uh,
for shizzle.
anyway,
We just went through, like, 5 different accents there, didn't we?
we could keep going, but yeah, it's
Oh,
kind
God.
of midnight, so yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Alright.
Well, with that being said, you got anything else?
No, that's it, man.
Alright. Let's see if I get your name right this time. This has been Tommy Gun 2442 and Rampant Epsilon. This has been TGS for the 23rd, almost the 24th. We will be back on TGS the 6th, which will actually be the day before the TGSR finale. I just realized that.
You could have just said in 2 weeks, but, I mean...
We always name the day. You know that. Well, we don't. Peace does, but yeah. Be sure to, and now
Anyway.
since it's technically midnight, I can say this. Be sure to check us out later on the Rift Tracks as we finish up this season and decade. Woohoo!
Yay! I don't have to watch that crap anymore, even though I kind of haven't watched it.
Next season will be better.
I'm sure it will, although I'm kind of getting there, man.
And we're going to kind of talk about on the show tomorrow.
Okay.
I had a stupid idea,
Oh God.
but it wasn't
another one.
But it wasn't as bad as it could have been. So, yeah. But
Again. Oh God, another one.
but anyhow, that's been TGS. Till TGSR goes live tonight. We will see you later.
Later, everybody.
As always, you can find the Gaming Saloon on our site, tgstgsr.dynds.org. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Our Twitter account is @TGSaloon, and on Facebook you can find us at facebook.com/thegamingsaloon. Don't forget we're listed on YouTube. You can find us at youtube.com/user/TGSaloon. Till next time.